This episode is general information only. Full disclaimers in the notes.
Hello. Welcome back. How are you, Josh?
Good, mate. Probably better than you. You came on camera this morning a little bit frazzled. I'm not going to lie. Do you want to walk us through that? I was going to ask how you, but I thought I'd rather get it on camera, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, thanks. So we're going into Steak Dinner Podcast, episode 15. We're there. So this one's Quiet in the Chaos, how to reset a busy bloke's mind.
Mm-hmm.
Or about helping Aussie blokes rebuild health, money, mindset and mateship. Just an honest conversation like a steak dinner or a steak lunch, if you can, leading up to Chrissy, get into a few lunches. So today's mission, help blokes get control of the headspace. And I think I raised this one.
You did. This was yours. This was your baby.
Yeah. And so I'm Kieran Martin and speaking to Joshua Peterson or JP. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. Using the full name again.
Yeah. Well, you're not in trouble yet.
We covered that.
I can't use all your middle names.
I've got the most Jewish name in the book, Joshua David. It's straight out of the Bible, that one, 100%. So's my brother.
It's all right to have biblical. Yeah.
Old Testament, no doubt. Mate, I'm good. I'm great. I took the poodle in for a clipping this morning. He came out looking very zesty.
Does he look like Mr. T? What sort of hairdo did he get?
Oh, I don't know. Every time I go there, it's $10 more. That's all I know. It's just getting ridiculous.
Who would have thought there's money in dog grooming? There you go.
There's a lot of money in dog grooming, but not a lot of people will do it. But he come out looking like he's gay. Pretty much that's what I'm trying to tell you. He's the dog's gay. It's the first gay pet I've ever owned, but he's interesting. I like him. He's good. He's a pretty zany character.
Mate, have you ever woke up at 2 a.m. arguing with your own brain? That'll get us started.
Yes, many times. Many times. What keeps me up at 2 a.m. at this stage in my life? Probably my kids. My kids. I feel like I've come full circle and now I've kind of forced my stress onto my kids now. So definitely I think the kids is a big one. When they're right, I definitely feel calmer. When I feel like their lives are in order and going well. But other than that, not a lot. Probably, financial stress can keep me up. I don't know about you, but that's one that seems to be something that, can definitely come
financial
up
stress
for me.
Business stress, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Financial stress, probably for a bloke who goes all in on options trading as his way of heavily leveraged into his investments. So if you take on that risk, you're going to expect a few wake ups at 2 o'clock and checking the stock market of your shares or something like that.
I did that this morning, actually. Tesla. My Tesla's down quite significantly this morning. And I looked at it and I said to my wife, because I woke up, saw back. So I think I got like a hill spur. I overate last night, had half a bottle of wine. I was just feeling sorry for myself. And then I checked the markets. I was like, have a look at this. I won't tell you the number because it's not good. But anyway.
No, it's down a lot.
I said to my wife, have a go. This is just icing on the cake to start my Friday. I haven't even had a coffee yet.
Mate, you haven't been in the full self-driving yet either. So when that goes in, then you'll say, I'm fine.
But she said to me, why do you do it to yourself? Why do you keep doing it to yourself? It's like, that's a great question. It's a bit of a sabotage there, I think.
Mate, I was up at 3:30, similar, last night. Drank too much yesterday evening.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
And as part of that, Rex, I think it's on one of our episodes about sleep. You drink, you're not going to have a good sleep. And so I was up at 3 o'clock. Went and checked my computer for something for work. I'm thinking, madness.
Yeah, like that's going to help you get back to sleep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. That's good.
So financial stress of their businesses or financial stress at work. Or most people wouldn't probably do their best thinking at night without a lot of sleep. So, mate, I'm going to drop the stats. Into it. There's a couple today that are just mind-blowing. Like,
hit me.
At the moment, you are having about 6,000 and more thoughts per day. Thoughts per day. Okay. Who knows what they are, but things are banging around in there. So men, usually 80% of those thoughts are negative and or repetitive. So that's the National Science Foundation. So effectively what's happening is a bloke's brain runs like when you've got your browser open with about 1,000 apps open at the same time, like tabs open, except they're all over the place. You know, you could probably make up your own tabs of what they would be, but like work and money and kids and the guilt.
Yes.
Do I have to protect myself from a home invasion tonight? To shout
Is
out
the
to those
guilt-
people in Melbourne.
Is a guilt a separate tab, or is that a whole separate window on your
one-
computer?
That one has to be another window.
You've got that on private browser, haven't you? That one?
Mate, had a conversation with a guy
Mm.
this week who had a home invasion in Melbourne.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So
It's crazy
anyway-
down there. Lots of stress.
that'll stress you out.
It was interesting. I listened to someone talking about this very thing about, you know, the monkey brain is essentially what we're talking about here, right? Where it's just on the whole time. And they were talking about a guy on the train, and he was just talking to himself and, you know, just going off and just having a conversation with himself out loud, obviously. And, you know, when people see that, they think this guy's crazy. The only difference is we do the same thing, except it's internal monologue.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we don't articulate it out loud, but when you think about it, that's essentially what's going on in our own minds. We can't seem to stop ourselves, and we're so used to it, aren't we? We're so used to having this going on in our minds constantly, all that noise.
That'd
Yeah,
be a
it's
good
interesting.
movie. Everyone just walking around saying exactly what's in their brains, and what
Didn't
they're
Ricky-
thinking about.
What's that, Liar Liar? Was that the
Yeah,
one?
a bit like lie, can't
Where-
tell a lie.
Where
That's
that
probably as closest to it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's 6,200 thoughts, most of it negative. We are, I guess that's a biological thing, isn't it? 80% negative. We're kind of hardwired for negativity, and maybe it goes down to that sort of survival mechanism that's built
Logistical
into our
issues. Yeah, how to protect yourself and how to protect your family and those sort of things. Very, very.
Yes.
Yeah, but then we've probably turned that into catastrophizing emails from the boss, or what's
Yes.
happening with the kids.
Yes. And what plays on blokes' minds? Because I think guys are I think you mentioned logistical. We're very logistical, aren't we? So we think about problems all the time, logistical problems. And like you said, it could be kids, could be finances, guilt, all those types of things. So, yeah.
Well, you know my physical tell when I'm under the stress.
Yes, you change color. You change color 100%.
Go red.
But we all have our tells, I think. For me, I can get quite vocal.
Okay.
Yeah, when I'm stressed out, that can lead to me probably increasing my volume and definitely my tolerance.
Yeah, true.
When I'm a bit stressed out, I think my tolerance goes down a lot, which is not great for the people around me.
You send mean memes.
I send memes. I
images.
love memes. Love memes.
So look, everyone's having it. Everyone's having thoughts in the middle of the night or under stress during the day. Your brain's going all over the place. You've just got to try to, hopefully we'll give you some ideas or things to try that may help. So what we're trying to do is decreasing your cortisol production so you're not stressed.
Yes.
What do you got for me, JP?
There's an expression, stress never gave anyone an extra day in life. So when we think about stress, it's like that double-edged sword we refer to from time to time, stress. It's necessary because it gives you motivation. But I think most of the stress we bring about on ourselves is unproductive stress. if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
I think short-term stress, if it forces you to act or to be productive or to get moving on something or to complete a task, that's great. But I think what happens is you get these spirals of stress where you're just kind of lying down at night for hours, stressing out about things and not really doing anything about those things. So I
I
think
reckon the
that's where it's stressful.
procrastination is actually bad there too. You know, if you've got something to do but don't do it for some other reason, by making little tasks instead of big, getting the important things done, then you can lead to another stress that just keeps on ticking up.
It's spiraling. And
Yeah.
procrastination's one of those things. We're all guilty of procrastination. I don't know anyone that doesn't procrastinate on some level at some time. It's just choose your poison. But yeah, I don't procrastinate as much. But certainly I have my days. It's more I have my days of procrastination, but sometimes I feel like those procrastination days are also kind of half mental health days. It's like, because I know myself, I'm a bit of a type A personality. So sometimes I have a run of days of where I feel very disciplined and productive. And then I wake up one day and it's like, I can't, it's like my body and my mind is telling me that enough is enough. And I've got to kind of take a rest from that sort of type A mindset. And then I feel like I go from that to zero, where I just don't want to do anything. I don't want to go to meetings. I don't really want to work. I just want to kind of sit back and have a day out of my head, I guess, maybe.
Are you Netflixing for that day? What are you doing?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it just, again, it's just going out and might be watching a show, or sometimes I want to reward myself as well, or in my brain. So it might be letting loose. It might be eating food that I wouldn't normally eat or stuff like that. So it can take different shapes and forms, but I find, when I let my hair down, I really let my hair down. But I also feel like I'm very compartmentalized. It's like go hard or go home kind of thing. I know I'm only going to be doing this for a day or an afternoon, and then the next day I wake up and I'm back on track.
There you go.
That's kind of how I roll. Everyone is different though, right? That's just how I process it myself.
Yeah, I just realized someone recently that people do the Netflix binge, right? And I've pretty well never done it. Like taken a morning or something to watch a whole 4 or 5 episodes or something. And I just did it
I'm
on
guilty
Saturday
of that.
to finish off a series. The Diplomat. You seen that?
No.
Pretty good. Yeah, well, I've probably got a fair bit of that stress. I can do the overeating at night, all the things you told me not to do a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but look, I'm guilty of not taking my own advice. You know, it's like, I think it comes down to, we all inherently know what we should be doing. It's not rocket science, but it's whether or not.
I didn't know. A lot of the stuff you talked about last 14 episodes, I didn't know. So,
Okay.
So I think it's not obvious, a lot of that.
Yes. But I guess you're right. And maybe because I'm interested in those topics, for me, it feels more common sense than for other people that aren't interested in those topics. So I get that. I guess what I'm trying to say is that even with the information, the education, it doesn't create the discipline. The education doesn't do that. You know, it's like a smoker knows that they're not supposed to be smoking, but smokes anyway.
Yeah.
You know, but we'll tell you, all of the scientific reasons why they shouldn't be doing it. So, yeah, we're all guilty of it. It's just, I think the discipline comes around how you can compartmentalize these things, because everyone has a bad day. I remember hearing a guy talking about falling off the bandwagon or not training or not following routine. It could have been from the guy that did Atomic Habits.
Yeah, good book.
James Clear.
Yes, yeah.
I think it was from his book where he talks about he doesn't allow himself to have 2 bad days in a row. So one is okay. He'll let himself off the hook, but he'll never let that go into 2 days.
Yeah, that's his habit. He has to come out of it.
Yes. So he gives himself that kind of breathing space to say, we're all you can have a bad day, just don't let it extend out to anything
That's good.
beyond
It's sort
that.
of forgiving yourself. You'd
Yeah,
forgive
and-
other people, so forgive yourself.
And being realistic that we're all human, we're all going to fail. So it's like, do we kind of build the failure into the strategy, but just put some governance around the failure to make sure it doesn't blow out? I think because some people don't do that, and then one day becomes 1 month, and then you're out of there.
Well, those triggers of stress, like those symptoms or behaviors, are snapping at the kids, forgetting things, avoiding conversations, procrastination, overeating at night, and then going into full shutdown mode. So hopefully some of these things that we're about to talk about help. So
What are you out of those?
out of
Who are
those,
you? Or are you all of them?
well, at different points I have
Yeah.
definitely snapping at the kids, 100%,
Yeah.
forgetting things, maybe. Not usually. I think that's why my stress level's so high, because I don't forget them for the most part. I just don't have images of them. That's all.
I was going to say because you've had that partial lobotomy you were talking about last week that doesn't allow you to visualize anything.
No, or in my memory. In my
In your
memory.
memory.
I can visualize what's coming for the future. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you're definitely
But
on point for
overeating,
that.
mate, you know me.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
met a bad packet of salt and vinegar chips
I
or
love
chocolate.
it. I'm an overeater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And sometimes alcohol, but more food than alcohol.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. But then I can do both.
You can do both, yeah. But
Yeah.
I find one leads to the other.
You are right. It's a gateway drug, alcohol,
It's a
to the pizza.
To the pizza, to the chips, to the savory snacks. Yes. Like I said, no one has 2 glasses of wine and orders a salad. Nobody. I don't care who you are, right? Nobody. It's just the body
You're
just goes into a
100%.
different. The body goes into a different mode once alcohol hits the body.
Yeah.
It's like there's no healthy decisions after
Can't
that.
do it.
No.
Well, mate, now we'll talk about the noise addiction, right? And this is mind-blowing. Aussies check their phone 150 times per day, but I reckon they're rookie numbers.
Yeah, I was
Gotta get
going to
those
say, I
numbers
know
up.
people. I got to get those numbers up. I agree with you. I think 150 is super conservative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I
you
think-
that got me on a couple of weeks ago,
Mm.
recharging the phone. I know I talked about it probably last week as well. Recharging the phone when I get home, putting it up
Yes,
on the
yes.
charger
Put
so I
it
don't get near it, and just wear the watch.
where the
Apple
watch.
which
Yeah.
doesn't have notifications going all over the place. So that,
Yes.
but I don't
that
find
help?
I can do it during work hours.
Of course. But again, like that's okay. I think work hours, of course, you've got to be on the mobile and things like that. It's really when you get home that's having that separation. Mobiles are tricky because it's a work tool and a personal tool combined. Unless you've got 2 separate phones and you have one for work. I don't think most people are in that situation. They just have a single phone.
Yeah.
And they try and juggle it. And I think it's just mobile technology has made that very difficult because they've kind of just the architecture of work now, they've built mobile technology into that work domain and really very difficult to go through a work day without engaging your phone on. So unless you are glued to your desk and have everything on your desktop, but even then you've got to be able to kind of access things on the fly. Right. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to get so
funny. Some of
that's a tricky one.
Some of the user experience is better on your phone than on your laptop as well.
Yeah,
so
yes, and they put and it does make your workday easier. It does. So it's a good tool. It's a positive tool. It's just again, it goes back to the discipline around it, isn't it?
Well, the noise addiction is actually like the modern environment equaling a mental overload, right? So when we get home, let's say, and you want to check social media, for example, that you may think that's calming you, you're sitting still for a bit, but it's actually not. I go through sort of cycles where I'll delete them all off the phone, really, and then I won't touch them for months. And then for some reason, I've got to get back on for work or something. Then I reinstall it and then I'm hooked again.
You're hooked again. Funny you mentioned that. I deleted all my social media apps this morning.
Did you really?
Yeah. this morning. I deleted them.
I'll join
You
you
know
now.
what?
Here you go.
I tell you, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
This is what's tricky. This is what's been tricky for me that I'm trying to work through. With doing this podcast now, there's a social media element to this, right? So again, it's that work personal separation. These are personal apps like TikTok and Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. So they're personal apps, but now with the podcast, it's kind of there's a work, not a work element, but there's a project element to that. So it's not really personal. I'm trying to use that to get some traction and to get some awareness around what we're doing here. And then I need another lot of, so it's like, oh, do I keep the apps on my phone and justify that? But then I've got, okay, it starts off with uploading a video, and then it's like, yeah, but I'm in here now. And then there's a funny video. And so on that, what's your ideal then? You said you go through this cycle of deletion and like, how do you, how do you fall back into the trap? What's the triggers that make you fall back into the trap of reinstalling them?
You know what it is? It's when someone sends you a message on one of your group messages,
and you go to open it and it's saying you don't have the app.
I can't view it. I hope it's not funny. And it's that FOMO of missing out on a funny thing.
Yes.
That's why I used to like when people would just screenshot the funny thing and then send it through. So, but I think that's mine. And then for work, I should, our social media sort of process, it should be on the desktop, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'll see.
Yeah.
Well, hey, why don't we give ourselves a mobile phone ban of social media and see who lasts the longest on our phone?
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Let's start today.
And everyone out there, you could probably do the same thing if
Let's
this
do
is an
it.
issue for you. Probably for most of it not.
If you find that it's interesting. We'll go into the stats, but like you talked about anxiety. For most people, it's 40% increase in anxiety. Right?
Is the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. I don't know anybody that does an exhaustive session on their phone and puts it down and says, I feel amazing. I feel great. Right?
No.
But I have to say, some Sundays where it's quiet and I've, chucked my phone into the drawer because I just want to have a break. I'm different.
Yeah.
I feel different. I act different. I'm more engaged. I feel like I look for human connection because it just centers me better when I do that. And then, so I know it, but then you get right back into old habits again, right? Old habits die hard. And there's so many pulls.
Hey, let's next week do habits.
We are.
And then do the habit stacking and things like that. Let's talk about that because I just thought of one. What's your other gateway? There'd be a lot of blokes out there that take their mobile phone to the toilet, right?
I think we're all guilty of that.
Yeah,
Kieran.
well, you habit stack that. Instead you have a book in there. That used to be the old
or the newspaper or the magazine.
That's right.
Yes, but at least you're probably looking at something sort of semi-educational, and you're not going down rabbit holes as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Book,
when you
a
walk
magazine.
out of the toilet, you're still bloody looking at whatever.
Yes. Well, the thing is with something physical like a book or a magazine, even an interesting one, it's not sensory overload. The way a phone is, it's very sort of compartmentalized stimulation of a newspaper or magazine or whatever. So, yeah.
So we're trying to get to a bit of silence, right? We want to find something. So what's in the toolkit now so we can calm the mind? So practical. We need some practical ones, JP.
Yeah. So I guess depending upon the situation, we've talked about, just small things. I think we should try to incorporate into our like little opportunities, little habits. We talked about the breathing exercises, like the box breathing, even deep breaths, a couple of minutes of deep breathing.
Can you repeat the box breathing again? That Navy SEAL thing, wasn't it?
The Navy SEAL box breathing, that's when you inhale for 4 seconds and then you hold your breath for 4 seconds. You exhale for 4 seconds, and then you hold your breath after the exhale for 4 seconds,
Mhm.
and then you repeat that.
Yep.
So
And
that's it.
that gives you a reset, right? Your brain.
Yes,
Your body,
100%. And
presumably.
your body. So that's a good one.
So the Navy SEALs have worked that out. That's
The
what-
Navy
Yeah.
SEALs have worked that out, and they use that in times of stress
Mm.
to kind of regulate themselves. So you could do that at work. That's really easy. A couple of minutes of that will change your state. The drive home. I think
drive
that's
home or in the bus or on the train. So similar things, right?
Yes. Have you ever gone on a drive without the radio or a podcast or music? Have you ever just been in the car in silence and gone for a trip?
Sometimes. Yeah, usually. I actually enjoy driving too.
I enjoy driving as well.
And it sort of does give my mind a bit of a reset. Depending on where you're driving in traffic or whatever, you're trying to get
Yeah.
through the Hills District and
Oh,
sort of
yeah, that's
think
true.
you might be in some strife. You might let go some stressful expletives. But if you're on the highway headed down to Melbourne or something, you know, you got a
Yeah.
nice long drive on. It's
Would you ever be
calming.
in silence?
Total silence. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same thing. If you're on, here you go. If you're on the bus or something, most people are watching their phone or reading something on their phone or listening to the podcast, hopefully listening to the steak dinner, getting a couple of meaty episodes in. But
Yeah.
I just put my pods in and don't put anything on.
And just go into
Because I
noise
reckon you look a bit
cancellation.
weird if you just sit there staring without, I don't know, maybe it's a perception thing. You know, like if I'm just sitting on the bus looking straight ahead.
Are you worried about looking like a serial killer?
Correct. You know, I've got that
You've got that psychopathic tendency,
squinty
100%,
eyes,
where you
big
go,
forehead.
yeah, and then you go grey in the eyes. You're just looking through people.
If
like
I go,
looking through people.
give me that explanation. Why do I have grey eyes? Tell
No,
me that.
just faking emotion, all those
Yeah,
kinds
yeah.
of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would
It's a learned behaviour
how would a
emotion.
normal person respond?
Yeah, exactly. Stop with my autism issues, mate.
Yeah.
So that's good. So that resets your nervous system, just being silent and basically looking straight ahead, right? So that's good.
Before bed, that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Because I think that's really important. It's I think how you end your day has a massive influence on how you start your day.
Mm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what can we do before bed to calm the mind? Well, it's probably a lot of things. Getting into a good sleep hygiene and making your environment something that's going to encourage a good restful sleep, right? Because hard to calm the mind if you're not well rested. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%. So you told me something about, you've got to make your heart rate lower, right? Before you go to bed. Was that
When you're
and that's why you shouldn't eat. So
my understanding
early.
is that when you go to bed and hopefully it's in a dark, cool environment, your heart rate will start to drop, and that's signaling your body that it's time to go to sleep, and that you need that to actually fall asleep. You need that drop in the heart rate.
Okay.
And and obviously the dark environment before you
And
go
not
to bed as well.
and not overeating, right?
Not
Because if you're
overeating.
eating, then it's your body's still functioning, still trying to process food and
Still trying to process food, and I think we've mentioned liquids as well.
yeah.
Yes.
So
and the devices.
So the other one was, right. If you do, I don't do this, but writing down the done list instead of a to-do list for tomorrow. I've seen that a couple of times. The guy, Eric Schmidt, I think, the guy who was Google's chairman, he did something like that on a Sunday where he would write out the three major things he was going to get done that week, and the rest on the back of it was everything I shouldn't do. Right.
That's good. Just to
and
focus
so
him
effectively
in
he'd
on.
written it down so he knew what his week was going to be like,
Yes.
and he got to the end of the week and figured out had I done it.
Yes.
So,
That's great.
yeah, that's a pretty good way to look at it.
I like the idea of and we've touched on this a few times, the sphere of control. That's a mindset shift. And I think if you can really get the principle of that into your psyche, it makes a huge difference in terms of calming the mind, because it refocuses you on problems that you are capable of solving, instead of focusing on other things outside of your control and stressing about those things that are out of your control. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you're going to stress out about the things that you can actually, problems you could solve.
Yeah.
Don't stress out about whether or not somebody's going to return your call.
Because you can't control that.
You can't control that. Or, how someone might feel about an email. You can't control any of that. Or how the markets are performing. I can't control that either. So I think if just having that mindset.
You can also just throw cold water on your face or go for a swim or do those sort of things. I find the sauna. I like sauna as well.
That's
pretty
pretty great. If you've got access to it, if you've got access to a sauna, that's amazing.
If that's part of your gym, use it. So
not many people have got that luxury. I understand that, but cold water therapy, it's great too.
It would be similar, like the sauna stuff as well.
Jump in a shower.
You could also do the run, right? Go for a run. You're sweating it out.
Oh yeah.
At the end of that,
sure.
or go play your footy or do whatever else. It's similar. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Those stresses don't touch you. Well, you're giving your mind a break when you're doing that.
Yeah, I agree. What
So
about
the 5-minute resets?
Well, what about the go slow hour? Once a week, do everything slowly on purpose, whether that be walking, showering, cleaning, train your nervous system to settle. What do you think about that?
Is that sort of like where you brush your teeth with your left hand?
Similar. I think yes, it is.
Because you do it slower, that's for sure.
Well, you do it with slower and you're doing it with purpose. You're doing it consciously. Because if you change hands to brush your teeth, there has to be some conscious awareness around that, because you're not on autopilot.
No.
Yeah. It's supposed to kind of really slow you down, reset the nervous system, train it to settle down a bit. It's like eating. It's amazing how quickly we rush into things without, like even the way we eat. You're a fast eater. I've seen you eat. I'm a fast eater too, but you're even faster than me.
Gee, it's because I'm hungry. I'm a lot bigger than you.
Have you been told that? Not really. Not on a weight thing.
Not real. Yeah, I guess most of the time I am. But I had lunch yesterday with a bloke and he smashed it.
Did he?
I guess it depends on who's talking.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe when I'm sitting with you, you're talking more and I'm eating more. Come on.
That'd almost be a guarantee, Kieran. I love chit chat. But I'm a talker.
That's a good thing. You're a social butterfly, mate.
Social butterfly. Some 5-minute resets.
Yep. So we're going to break them up into
body,
3
space,
buckets.
mind.
Body, space, mind.
So for the body, we touched on the 90-second breathing.
Yep.
Short walks. Are you a walker?
I go through phases of it. Through phases.
You
when I had the dog, I'd always be doing it.
Poor Ricky.
Right? There he is.
Oh, he's up there. Oh, you've got him up there. God bless Ricky.
Bouncer, as you used to call him.
Yeah, it's called him Bouncer, which was a Neighbours reference of that Labrador from Neighbours. Different breed, but he just gave me Bouncer vibes. So it stuck for me. Bouncer he was.
Fabio. So back then I used to walk the dog. That's what I would do. And I did enjoy it. Yeah, I'd listen to the podcast for the hour. I probably should get another dog just so I drop a couple of kilos. We'll see how that goes.
Get a robot dog, mate. I think you want to do a bit of travel, don't you, this year? I think that's going to be a metaphorical leash for you otherwise.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, the walking's great. The lunchtime walks are good, especially walking from home. If you're working from home,
Mm.
I think the walking is important because you can just get buried in your home office space, or just, some people work from home, they never leave the home.
Yeah.
I think it's
You've
good
got to get out.
Yeah, but the thing is, back in the office, and I do like work from home. I'm not, against it for sure.
Hmm.
But it kind of got you out and about, walking the office, walking partly to work and partly to commute.
Going out to get some lunch, you're walking.
Going out to get some lunch, and then, the social aspects of
Up
that
and
as
down
well.
the stairs in the train station.
Yeah. All those things are good. And it's not to say, it's just, all I'm saying is that's incidental therapeutic stuff that you're doing. It's a bit like playing sport for exercise.
Yeah.
You're doing fitness without realizing you're doing fitness because you're just playing a game. But
Well, doing
you're
the
getting all
walks,
the benefits. Doing the walks, I think, is great.
it drops your cortisol by 15%, roughly.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah. So that'll decrease your stress. So go do it. Breathe in your air. And that's leads us on to the second one, which is space. Doing a 5-minute reset. So this is all it's going to take you, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, let's say. You just declutter one room or one wardrobe or one bedroom or something like that. You can declutter. This is Princeton survey. That will calm your mind. I think that's why I like getting in the Tesla, because you get in the Tesla.
It's minimal. I love it too.
Minimal. Yeah.
I'd like to think even though my space with all these books and everything probably doesn't scream minimalism, but I do love minimalism. I love it conceptually. I'm the same. When I love going into that car and there's just nothing there but the essentials. It's it just feels like a very clean, open space. It stressed me out. Do you do much decluttering? Are you a minimalist kind of guy?
I don't think I've got a lot of stuff, to be honest, but there is definitely a storeroom underneath the house where everything is chucked progressively. But then if you don't go in there very often, doesn't matter.
You don't see it.
You don't see it too much. I'm sure. So I'm not at that nth level of blokes that their workshop looks amazing. Every tool goes into a spot, all that kind of stuff. No, I would love to be like you, mate. Like the minimalism stuff is great, but that takes discipline and prioritization. So yeah, mate, maybe I should. I'll see how I go this week. I'll declutter something. There you go.
You're going to get into that Marie Kondo.
That's the one. Getting joy.
You're going to spark joy, and then you're going to have a little kiss your old shirts goodbye and all that kind of stuff.
I'll let you declutter the kitchen, mate, and just empty the dishwasher and clean up the kitchen. There you go. You do that bit.
That can be one of your men's sheds where they can turn up to your house and you can get them to unpack your dishwasher for you. How about that? Right? You can give them some accounting advice. Yes. Body, space, and we talked about, the bedroom, get that sorted as well. Probably an hour before bed.
The only thing with blacking out your bedroom is
great.
When it's morning, you're not sort of waking up. Like I like to wake up when the sun rises and then the sun comes into your room. If it's blacked out, you're not getting that.
You can buy those sunrise lamps. Did you know that? Have you seen those?
No.
Yeah, you can buy lamps. Even smart lighting can do that. If you want to create that artificially without, keeping the background, you can do that. You can have smart lighting coming on very softly into your room at a particular time.
Okay.
And it all works with the Apple HomeKit or whatever you need. Or you can buy an actual physical lamp that's just purpose built for that. It just kind of naturally increases the lumens.
Yeah.
over a period of 15 minutes, it kind
That's
of
what you get on the
replicates
steak dinner. You get on the steak dinner,
Yeah,
the technology guy
you
as
get the
well.
technology, like I
Yeah.
said, but my wife will still argue with me about tech choices. I'm over it, but still.
That's from episode 14, everyone. If you
That's
want
from
to
episode
rewind.
14, guys. Last 5 minutes. So
So
yeah, that I think that's a
That's-
great that's an option there that people need to consider. And what about for the mind? We talked about breathing and the box breathing, and one of the other things we looked at is gratitude.
Yep.
Do you ever do that? Do you ever do the whole gratitude, 3 things I'm grateful for?
No,
Never.
no, I don't. I'm not saying
Okay.
I shouldn't. I should. I'm very grateful for my life, for what I have.
Do you
But I
need
don't
to
yell
remind
that out to
yourself
the
about
matrix
that?
every night. No.
Do you think
But
would it help you to remind yourself of the things you're grateful for? I mean, thinking about it now, you say, yeah, I'm grateful for my life, but is that on a day to day,
Mhm.
do you stop, pause and reflect and say, hey, I'm grateful for this and that? Or just kind of go through your day and not really think about it?
Rinse, repeat. Yeah, I'm a rinse, repeat. One of my mates said to me the other day, it's always been rainbows and joy for you, or something like that to me.
And you're like, you know nothing about me. Is that what you're thinking?
Well, it was actually well, I won't say who it was, but yeah, it was a kid. It was a kid actually, who their dad was explaining my whole entire life of things that have gone right.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't
okay.
see what are they? What is it? The duck swimming on the lake.
Yeah, it's different what you show and then maybe what you feel behind the scenes, isn't it?
Yeah, what you do.
Outward appearances and inner turmoil sometimes don't marry up, do they?
Yeah, the swan below the water is paddling like mad.
One thing I'll
The
give
swan
you,
is
though,
graceful above the water.
I think one thing that I think you've really got locked down is I remember we were having dinner once and we were chatting about stuff, and you said to me, because I was telling you and getting personal here, but I was reflecting on, because I said earlier in just this episode that, things like financial things can really keep me up at night. And I think part of that was always me, since being divorced and restarting my life, feeling like I'm starting from behind. And that I'm in this perpetual race to catch up. And I've caught up, but I haven't caught up as well as if that had never happened.
Of course.
So I go through that tug of war, even still today, just being honest about it, where I'm in that tug of war with myself saying, you're not there enough. You should be further ahead. And I think that kind of creates this anxiety in me, which is just, I feel like it's just a habitual thing now. It's not, because it's not really true, because I look around and I say, hang on a sec, you're doing all right. You're doing well. You caught up, but I can't, but there's reality and there's perception,
I would
and
say
think,
as well, the reason why I encouraged you to start off the steak dinner pod was because you have the experience and you've got the outcome, right? You've started at the top. I would say worked hard to get to where you were, went through this trough of life period where you were tested terribly and you lost a lot of money, etc., settlement and whatever else, and then come out. Like, you're the perfect example to say, that's why we needed you to share this sort of information and what you did, because you're an example for guys at at all of these points. And it may not be over for you, right? It might for everybody, this troughs and peaks.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But it also, I think it's a reflection on that even when you've come out of something and you're on track and you're doing well, there's still a discipline to remind yourself and to recalibrate. And, it's still work. It's not something that you just click overnight and say, yeah, I'm doing well. You have to keep reminding yourself because, again, we talked about earlier, 80% of your thoughts are negative. It goes back to that discipline where you've constantly got to pull yourself back and say, hang on, you're doing okay. Stop going back into that negative way of thinking. But one of the things you said that struck at me when we were having dinner was you said, because you have this innate belief in yourself, and you said that you have this abundance mindset and that you know, like viscerally, that you'll always be okay. And I thought, wow, like that's so good, because we all want to feel that way, but it's hard to do it in a genuine way. It's almost like you've got to fake it till you make it. Whereas I could see in your eyes that it's like you knew 1,000% that you're always going to be good. And I thought, wow, it reminded me of what's that? The Secret. The Secret.
Yeah,
It's
I know
like
there's a book. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's essentially that. Gosh, I want to do it justice, but it's essentially where you manifest.
Yeah.
It's a manifestation of, just having this belief system that, and how do you manifest? Well, people say, it's almost like giving thanks to things for the future and acting as though you already have them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like,
I'll give you my little
yeah,
spin on it, because
curious.
to put it a different way, that abundance, maybe this is a starter for it before I get into where my life is, but if you drive into a car park at Christmas time, do you think I'm going to get the parking spot, or like near the front? Like, do you drive up there to see if you can get a spot? Or do you think, I'm not going to get a spot there. It's too busy. It's Christmas, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to go up to the roof and try to get a spot, right? Car park. My wife does this the best. She always goes, she purposely thinks she's going to get the car spot. And what her thought process is, why, if there's going to be a parking spot, why not me? Right? That I am going to get that. It's sort of like there is car spots there, right? There's cars that park there. So why not me to have that car spot?
Yes.
And honestly, that's what she thinks. That's what she does. And that's the easiest manifestation I could say to you, because now, does she always get it? No. Right. But it's ridiculous how many times
there's
she
a belief
does.
system.
The belief system is there. And my belief system is similar, but I do want to clarify, because, I've had businesses that failed. Right. So it's not that just because I believe in the idea that I will achieve it. I would say more so that I believe that there is an abundance of everything in the world. And therefore, as long as you're open to those things, that it will come back to you. Like, okay, I may not get it here and I might fail there, but I'll do something else and I'll succeed over here, or I'll fail there again and do something else over there.
No, but there's an innate belief that there'll be peaks and troughs, but you'll end up okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Got it. That's great. Not a lot of people have that, just quietly.
Yeah?
I don't think so.
Well,
we want to think that, but I think to have that belief at their core, not a lot of people have that, I don't think.
Let's try to change it. I was thinking, I saw something the other day, which was shining laser light. Oh, you'd be all over it. I think it's on Joe Rogan. That they put a laser leveler at the wall. They take a drug called there is a drug that gets produced in your brain, DMT, and then when you look at the laser on the wall, you see code, like the Matrix, right? Like the Matrix movie is effectively what they're saying. And I when I saw this thing the other day, I thought, okay, imagine that's true, that there is a Matrix. And then you think about religions, like there's a lot of people who, before they go to bed, this is where we started with this conversation, before they go to bed, they say prayers, they thank God on their knees for their life and whatever, and then they ask for things as well. And I thought, imagine if that is actually from, they've been doing this for 3,000 years or whatever, all of these religions, maybe longer. Maybe that comes from somewhere. Sending things out to the universe and your life, you are showing gratitude, and you're also getting what you're manifesting.
Yes.
You don't get everything you manifest, fine.
No, but I think it's choosing your belief system generally will follow, like there's a correspondence there between what you believe and what you're going to get. And it's almost like that whole adage of how you start your day is kind of how your day is going to unfold. So if you wake up and you're a little bit miserable and you're feeling tired and you're telling yourself, I'm tired, I'm not happy, it's a Monday, like it's just going to unfold however you want it to unfold, if that makes sense. It's like, and the reverse is true. If you're having a great day, it's like everything just seems to come together, and it's like nothing can put you out of that. And it's like, what are you sending an energy out there to other people as well? And then that's influencing their behavior towards you as well, because you're throwing out this positive energy and they're kind of giving you that back, if that makes sense.
100%. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. That's what, you know it in yourself. That's what happens.
Yeah.
If you're cranky and miserable and walk around the house, or or being miserable with your friends, or being miserable with your partner or something, then guess what? Misery is going to find you.
Yeah, that's right. And it almost becomes infectious. You are the one that's infecting other people hopefully in a positive way.
So let's do the positives. And
we focus on the positives and fake it till you make it as well, I think. Even if you don't feel it at the time, I think you can kind of push yourself in that type of mindset.
So we're doing small shifts, breaking a few habits with those things.
Yeah.
I'll try out that gratitude. I'll see how we go. There was one, who's that other guy? Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins did a thing similar to that manifest issue, where he would get everyone to write down about, what do they call it? Affirmations. Affirmations is what it is, I think, where you say each day the same things and repeat it to yourself. That sort of a knock on your chest sort of thing. That's a similar sort of a process. Whatever that, maybe take the time to really consider what you want to manifest, what you want to affirm, because you might end up with it. So,
and
anyway,
again,
all of these things hopefully clear the mind a little bit.
Yeah. So I guess there's a lot of benefits to bringing calmness to your life. It's going to make you a better parent, be a better leader or colleague at work. It's going to help with your recovery. You're going to sleep better. You're going to repair. It's going to lower your inflammation and cortisol levels. You'll probably find less conflicts in your life as well. Improved decision making, probably a little bit less impulsive as well, I would suggest.
Yeah.
And you're going to get better gains if you're into the gym. You'll probably see a positive impact there. Yeah,
lowering your injury risk.
Lowering your injury risk.
Which is
it's
good.
Just it's positive all around, isn't it? It's just going to have a knock-on effect. It's like if you're stressed at work, for example, and you say, okay, what's driving me wanting to be calm because I'm having problems at work, and then you go about making changes to make that environment better, then most people will find that they'll see benefits across other areas, even though that may not have been their intention to improve those other areas. It's just the accumulation of, positive effects on different parts of your life. Wrap up, mate. What are we daring our listeners to do or for the next week?
Well, they can join us with the social media being off it, but then they won't get to see your clips. So don't do that, everyone. make sure you keep it on and
No.
like and subscribe and
Yeah.
comment and
You
but
know
then
what?
don't watch anything else. There you go.
Or do watch it. You can watch it from your desktop or set some
Yes.
screen time limits.
Yeah.
It's not about all or nothing. Maybe just you put some caveats around it. Maybe you say, I'm just going to do 30 minutes of social media. I mean, mate, people are using their phones for 4.5 hours, 5 hours a day.
You know what? I might leave a book next to the bed.
Yeah,
Just
I
to
do that.
Write
I do
down
that.
the 3 things that I've got to get done and the 10 things I shouldn't do tomorrow.
My only exemption to electronic devices has always been my Kindle. Kindles are allowed because it's just for me, it's just a book.
Yeah.
So I think that's just my philosophy.
That's good.
But let's try and aim for 1 5-minute reset daily, right? Whether that be breathing, silence, whatever the case may be. Cut one noise or input habit. Got any suggestions for yourself on that one? For noise?
Noise input. Well, mate, you've got to stick to the habit, I guess. So put the phone on the charger, leave it for me.
Yep.
Try to get that sleep, which means try to drink less as well. Hard for everyone leading into Christmas and the New Year. So, but I'll see what that, and tell a mate actually what worked. So when you're talking with your mates, it lowers cortisol. That shouldn't come as a surprise, but being around people that you trust and you like and you have fun with, then your stress levels decrease.
We're social creatures. Keep saying this, right? We're social creatures.
Yeah.
So take the time to talk to a friend, help a friend, tell a mate what worked for you. And yeah.
Have that abundance attitude. Try that this week.
The abundance. Well, you know what? The abundance or the gratitude. I think that's, writing down what am I grateful for, whether it's you've got it or you're trying to get it. Maybe jot it down like you've got it already.
And think about
It's not going to hurt.
Think about that car park spot that you're going to get. Why not you? Why not you? Someone's got to get it. Why not you?
All right, that's something I need to take on personally because I am the guy that goes to the top level at Christmas.
I knew
and I'm cursing before I even get in there. I tell my wife it's going to be a rat's nest in there.
Yeah,
I'm doing
I
all
choose
sorts of
not
negative.
to go to the shops, but if you got to go,
Oh, that's good. You're all over Amazon. Yeah, I got to do more of that. I think.
am.
Yeah, mate.
Got a couple this week.
Next week we talked about habits. I think that ties into this episode because we're trying to build habits that don't fall apart by Friday. Good habits generally lead to a calmer mindset, is what I would suggest.
Yep.
I think that's going to be a great one. And then we're looking, hopefully in the next couple of weeks or so, to bring on our first guest. So got that in the pipeline. I think people are sick of hearing from us, to be honest.
100%.
They have to be, right?
Yeah.
It must be a cheese grater 15 episodes in. So we're here we want you guys to hear some different voices on this podcast.
I just want to check, is this Brad Pitt coming on to talk about his divorce with Angelina Jolie? Is this a scoop?
No, there's no scoops here. We're not going to do any of that nonsense.
Okay.
But I would.
You would have him on the pod.
Oh, 100%. We can't get guests of that caliber, Kieran. Sorry, abundance mindset.
Abundance. One day.
One day. Now we'll start probably a bit more locally than that, if that's okay, and then we can see where this takes us. But anyway, why
not us?
Why not? All right. Enough of that, Kieran, for this week.
Thanks,
mate. All right. Lovely chatting. Looking forward to next week, and be interesting to see how you go with your social media apps next week. We'll do a check-in on that one.
Thank you. Please do. Keep me under control. See you, mate. You have a good weekend.
Take care. Bye-bye.
This episode is general information only. Full disclaimers in the notes.